Welcome back to the Lima Locos Postgame Show, brought to you by Hot Take Sports. I'm Matthew, joined by my friends Clayton, Brady, and Isaac. Tonight, the Lima Locos took on the Royal Oak Leprechauns in a 4th of July doubleheader and came away with a sweep.
Tonight, Game 1, the final score was 11-6. Overall, a great game, but scoring plays in Game 1. Colton Ledbetter drove home Garrett Howe in the bottom of the 3rd with an RBI ground out. Then in the bottom of the 4th, Nate White doubled home Joe Salvo. Jake Hutchins grounded out, which brought home Trevor Austin. And then Nate White came home to score on a wild pitch, which was followed by a Garrett Howe single. Then the 5th was where the team absolutely exploded for runs. Colton Ledbetter came home on a Trevor Austin ground out. Nate White singled home Trevor Ryder. Then Trent Belli hit a ground rule double, bringing home Nate White and Jake Hutchins. Then Colton Ledbetter singled home Belli and Howe. Then Trevor Ryder singled home Seth Tucker. And that was all 11 of our runs overall. Patrick Dillon had a good start overall, but I can't remember exactly who the win went to, but the win went to Dylan Freeman. Dylan Freeman also had an immaculate inning tonight, by the way.
It is
Shout
true.
out to Dylan. That's a big feat. No one up in the press box could remember anyone in Locos past who had done that. So, big play from him.
Yeah, still Dylan Freeman locked up. He put down all 7 hitters he faced tonight.
And if you don't know what an immaculate inning is, that means he threw 9 pitches, 3 strikes to each batter, and struck all of them out.
Our player of the game tonight for the first game was second baseman Nate White. Nate went 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs.
Here's our interview with Nate White.
That's a daily.
I'm standing by with Locos second baseman Nate White. Nate, you went 3 for 4 today in the top half of today's doubleheader against the Leprechauns. What do you have to say about today's performance?
Today was a big team performance, especially putting up 11 runs. That's huge for us. Last night, we put up 1 run, so that's a huge turnaround for us. Hitting's contagious, and we managed to turn it around a little bit, put some good barrels together, and came out with a good W today.
What do you think were the differences between your guys' hitting today, or hitting yesterday and hitting today?
It's really a good question. Baseball's a tricky game. I wish I knew the answer to that one, but it's really just contagious. You just got to start well, trust yourself to have good at-bats, and it'll just keep rolling from there. If you trust yourself, have a positive mindset, encourage everybody, pick each other up, it'll get going.
And Nate, here on the 4th of July, your parents were in attendance today to watch you go 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs. What do you have to say about that?
That's great. That's amazing. I haven't seen them in a while. I've barely been home at all this year. I went home 2 days after school was done for me and came straight here. So seeing them and having them out here for this has just been great. I couldn't have asked for more today. Nice.
Do you have anybody you'd like to shout out?
Yeah, shout out to Mom and my dad, Kim and Greg White, for being here for me. It's awesome.
All right. Locos second baseman Nate White.
Yeah, that was Nate White. Really good game from him. Just came up big every time he needed to for the team, and got to do it in front of his parents who came out to the games tonight, so good for him. And he also played well in the second game.
It's true, he did. He had another 2 RBIs and another hit.
Speaking of the second game,
The second game, your Lima Locos won. Like Matt mentioned, we swept the doubleheader. But until we were down 1-0 until the bottom of the 3rd when TJ Reeves and Colton Ledbetter hit back-to-back jacks on back-to-back pitches. That put us up 2-1. Then they tied back up in the 4th, and in the bottom of the 5th, the team exploded for 8. Nate White doubled home Darryl Buggs, who had tripled right before that. Then Garrett Howe singled home Nate White and got the second on the throw. Then TJ Reeves also got on, and Colton Ledbetter launched his first of 2 home runs, or it's like a second of 2 home runs in the game. Absolutely crushed it. Followed by Nate White having a bases-loaded walk. Garrett Howe had a bases-loaded walk, and then TJ Reeves had a bases-loaded walk.
Yeah, that was the 3rd pitcher of 4 in that inning, I believe.
correct.
For the Leprechauns, they really fell apart there in the 5th, and really spiraled it out of play for them.
Yeah, they had 3 different pitchers get an out. That didn't. The starter didn't get an out. Then one of their pitchers, Jack Dungan, who touched 94 tonight. He only got 1 out. That was who gave up the home run to Ledbetter. Then they had David Zilka come in. He walked all 5 guys he faced. The only out he got was Trevor Ryder getting tagged out.
One of those walks was our meme of the game, actually.
Yes, Zilka threw a pitch behind one of the right-handed hitters. And for reference, Zilka's a lefty. He threw it about 10 feet behind the right-handed hitter. So it wasn't even close. Zilka was laughing at it, but...
In that 5th inning, the Leprechauns, they just struggled, man. Pitching-wise, they could not locate and they could not figure out the Locos lineup. They just couldn't do it.
And it was fun to watch. Really the exact opposite of what we saw last time we were here at Simmons Field, when it was a 1-0 finish.
Yeah, that was...
And it was an insanely fast game. These were both fairly quick, obviously, but doubleheaders are 7-inning games, so not as much baseball to be played.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, a 1-0 final, that run was scored in either the second or third inning.
It was the second inning.
Second inning. And it just flew through from there with a bunch of great defense. Whereas today, I believe in the second game, there were 3 errant throws from the left side of the Leprechauns infield. Just, they couldn't get outs. And then pitchers got hurt badly by home runs and other hits and
14
lots of walks.
14 guys in that 5th inning count.
Yeah.
It was crazy how many times, times we got to the plate that inning.
We batted around and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great inning.
And we handed them one of the outs, like Brady said, with that going home when it
You try to pull
probably
a Tatis.
probably wasn't the best opportunity to go home, but it didn't end up costing us anything anyways.
Another point I would like to bring up throughout both games is the aggressive base running. In both games, there were multiple double steals tonight.
That's true.
By the Locos.
Mm-hmm.
Especially against a team that is also very good running the bases. The Leprechauns have over 70 stolen bases on the season.
I think they hit 80 tonight. I think they hit 80 as a team.
Yep.
That's crazy. Through 25-ish games.
I think 27 is what we're sitting at. So yeah, about 25-ish.
Yep.
That's a lot. I mean, they're averaging 3 stolen bases a game, so...
Our player of the game for the second game tonight was right fielder Colton Ledbetter. Colton went 3 for 4 with 2 home runs, one being a solo shot and one being a 3-run bomb, to total up to 4 RBIs on the night.
And that was the second time that Colton was our player of the game
Yes.
this season. He had one early on in the season. Another time when he hit 2 home runs in a game.
It's true.
Shout out to him.
His second career 2 homer game since Little League.
That's true.
True. Here's our interview with Colton Ledbetter.
I'm standing by with Locos right fielder Colton Ledbetter. Colton, you are our first-time double interviewee here at Hot Take Sports. Colton was our player of the game today, going 5 for 7 across the 2 games, including 2 home runs and 7 RBIs. What do you have to say about your performance here on July 4th?
Really excited and to keep building off of it. Really happy with how we've been playing lately and keep building off of it.
You can really tell it's the 4th of July when you hear fireworks. Walk us through your at-bats today when you hit the 2 home runs. What kind of pitch did you see and what was your instant reaction when you saw that?
Well, both of them were hitters count. I was sitting fastball, ready to hit the fastball and drop the head on it, try to hit as hard as I could.
What was going through your head when you came up with the bases loaded in your last at-bat?
Man, I'm not gonna lie, I was trying to go deep again, but I was also trying to get a few more RBIs, so just trying to hit it hard.
Do you have anybody you'd like to shout out back at home?
I guess my parents and my buddies, So, what's up, parents? What's up?
Locos right fielder Colton Ledbetter.
Alrighty, there was Colton. Good to talk to him again. Real nice guy, of course.
First time 2 interviewee.
Yes, sir.
And hit one in the river.
Again?
That is very true.
He did. His first home run went off the glove of the right fielder, the Leprechauns right fielder, but then the other one, it
The pitch
didn't
was
have a chance.
It cleared the back of the bullpen by probably 20 feet.
the
Oh, yeah.
pitcher was throwing about 93 and he crushed it.
And to wrap up the weekend, here's our interview with Coach Matt Furuto, kind of getting his thoughts on the 2 games today and then what is coming up for the next week.
I'm standing by with Locos head coach Matt Furuto. Coach, you guys swept the Leprechauns in the doubleheader today. What are your initial thoughts post-games?
Yeah, it was a great day. A lot of good things from a lot of people. Some great appearances by our pitchers, and then a lot of good defense, and then some big hits in that pass game, and a good offense throughout the day.
Colton Ledbetter today led all hitters with 2 home runs. What do you have to say about his performance on the day?
Yeah, he had a great day. He really helped us out with some big hits. And he's always due for a big hit, and so thankfully he came through and got us going.
You guys have won your last 4 in a row and have moved up to 2nd place in the standings behind league-leading Sandusky. What has this weekend really meant to you guys?
Yeah, it was just a good weekend. Get a couple good wins, kind of get us on a roll. So we just got to continue to get better and keep working hard because we got a lot of important games going forward. So we just got to keep working and get better.
Looking forward into next week, thinking about your opponents, what kinds of things are going through your mind from a coaching standpoint?
Well, I mean, we got a big doubleheader on Tuesday against Muskegon, who's right around us. So we got to be prepared to play them, and we're going to be kind of thin on some pitching. So we're going to have to hit well and be ready to go.
All right. Locos head coach Matt Furuto.
All right, that was our interview with head coach Matt Furuto. And now let's go around the league. Like we've already mentioned, our 2 games today. Game 1, 2 hours. Final score was your Lima Locos 11, Royal Oak Leprechauns 6. Game 2, 2 hours and 11 minutes. Lima Locos 10, Royal Oak Leprechauns 2. And to assist the Lima Locos into 2nd place in the Northern Division, the rival Grand Lake Mariners defeated Jetbox Baseball Club 4-2. Cincinnati Steam defeated the Ohio Bison 7-5. Those are all the finals thus far. 3 games still underway as the Hamilton Joes and Richmond Jazz are tied at 6 in the top of the 6th. Galleons up on Michigan 5-3 in the top of the 5th. And the Xenia Scouts have an 8-0 lead in the bottom of the 2nd over the Ohio Marlins. Muskegon and Sandusky were off tonight, interestingly enough. Usually everybody plays, but I know I think they've had 2 doubleheaders, I think is what they've had. So they don't have a game tonight. But yeah, overall, great for us as we technically, with a 3-0 season series lead, we did technically clinch the series win over Royal Oak. We're technically in 2nd place.
Yep. We have the same record as Royal Oak now, but
15
like Brady
and 12.
said, we have won the season series, therefore we have the matchup lead. And I believe that's it for our Lima Locos post-game show, brought to you by Hot Take Sports. Follow us and the Lima Locos on social medias. Us at Hot Take Sports 16 on all socials. The Lima Locos on Twitter, Locos Baseball, and on Instagram at Locos Official.
Lima Locos Official.
Lima Locos Official. Thank you, Brady. And search Lima Locos on Facebook. Join us back at Simmons Field on July 10th as the Locos take on league-leading Sandusky Bay, the Ice Haulers, at 7:05. We will see you next time. Remember, we are
all aboard!